What do you want to do better in 2023? Oh, the list is long. 1. Being more organized. 2. Having deeper relations instead of shallow ones. 3. To put a lot of effort in my studies, as after all that's a big part of my future well-being. 4. More of maintain than to improve, to stay consistent with my hobbies and working out. They make me feel self-fulfilled and overall good. So I hope to keep with it even in periods when the motivation is lower. 5. To have better relations with my family. Focus on myself. I'm just out of a long relationship and the breakup has been hard for me. I'm in college, so self-care at the moment is hard. But I realize how much I neglected doing for myself while I was with her. I stopped going to the gym and exercising regularly. I was in the best shape of my life when I started going out with her. Now I have a beer belly and love handles. I stopped buying stuff for myself the last couple of years while we were together. I plan on changing that in the new year. I've gotten older. But I feel I look old. So better self-care in terms of skin. Be a man. I'm 21 now. I want to be confident and be able to stand my ground. Be stubborn. And not the yes man I am RN. Be a person of conviction whom people can rely on. Take up responsibility and be able to provide for my family. Any subreddits that can help me transition and change my mindset? To be self-sufficient. I've let having children at a young age derail my progress. Staying at a shitty job. Letting anxiety and depression take over. And relying on partners to try and help me through my issues. I've already got a new job and have lost a considerable amount of weight. I just have to keep going and not give up. You can't fix it all at once. Many people are reluctant to ask for help. What are subtle signs that someone needs help? And what is the best way to provide most meaningful help without harming their sense of independence? Self-esteem and dignity? Hi bro, I need help, can you help me? I'll pay you for her time, of course. While working bullshit with them. Afterwards. Alright man, you did me a solid, you need help with anything, I got you brother. And pause. Asking someone to help you truly opens up the doors for talking about difficult things. They may not want to go there. But at least the doors are open. That's just it. People who need help have probably already pushed everyone out of their lives. So you wouldn't be there to see the signs in the first place. You can't provide help unless someone accepts the help or asks for it. People don't ask for help because the relevant help doesn't exist, or isn't actually helpful. You'd be amazed at how often someone can go to a therapist for any number of reasons, and the best response the highly qualified professionals can come up with is, "Have you tried cheering up ? And quat. This is gonna sound depressing. But emo, you can't. You can be there for someone through their struggles. And it helps more than you know. You can suggest things like therapy, offer to listen, etc. But you can't make someone receive help until they're ready. For me, I had a really hard time opening up about my problems, and I've only talked to like 3 people about it outside of my therapist. And in those really dark times, I'd say I just wanted someone to say that if there's anything you want to get off your chest, I'm here for you and you can talk to me about anything. I might not understand, but I want to listen and help. In terms of not being direct about it. Just checking in and acts of kindness. Hopefully it's not as bad as this, but in cases where they're contemplating suicide, sometimes your friendliness and how much you care can help them push away those thoughts. Day feel extremely low and depressed a day or 2 after heavy drinking? Yes, minus the drinking. That's normal. I used to kill that feeling in the past with pregabalin and Red Bull, but it's bad for you. Isn't alcohol a depressant? Alcohol is a CNS depressant, so that is pretty much an obvious outcome. Yes, I have really started noticing a change in my hangovers over the past few years, late 20s/early 30s. It is rare that I feel the standard headache/nausea/sickness symptoms. But I do tend to get extremely depressed with a lot of negative, intrusive thoughts and just general sadness the next day or 2. I've noticed it is especially bad if I consume hard liquor, versus wine/beer. I'm doing my best to cut down or avoid. But every now and then I let my guard down and oof, it is not fun. I don't drink. But I get that way for a few days after smoking even a small amount of weed. My mind isn't sharp and I'm weaker physically. Struggling at the gym and stuff like that. I still like to smoke weed occasionally. More. Hangovers last 4 to 5 days for me. I realized this when I found that it took at least 3 to 4. Often 5 days after binge drinking before I would be able to write anything. I couldn't make any progress on a song. I was drinking twice a week. So the math was easy. But I didn't stop drinking until I was diagnosed/medicated for ADHD. All of a sudden I didn't want to drink because I was actually looking forward to the next day, because I was actually interested in accomplishing something. And I was being productive and enjoying for the first time in my life. TL, doctor, yes. Even longer. To the point where I have stopped drinking almost entirely. Are you kinder to yourself? Kinder to others? Or equally kind to both yourself and others? How and why? I have a hard time being kind to both myself and others, but I would love to improve. Yesterday I felt quite proud of myself when I was at the theater and a phone started ringing really loudly in the seat behind mine and everyone was pissed off as usual, and I turned around and helped that person, an old man, find the cell phone inside his jacket and turn it off for him. This is the kind of attitude I would love to have most of the time. I'm equally kind to myself and others. I like me and I like people. You see, I was quick to judge other people before. Then I worked a customer service job in college and I learned that people treated service people like shit. I also learned that my coworkers, already married, are experiencing financial crisis after the pandemic. I hate myself because I wasn't as kind as I would like to them before I did that job. That said, I personally think that we are too occupied with our own struggles sometimes. I'm kind to myself and others most of the time. I've learned to be kind through just life experience, and I'm also a generally kind and chill person. However, if someone is proven to me to be of questionable or bad character, I will not let myself be walked all over, and I can have a mean comeback if you're rude to me. I don't start things, but if I have to, I'll finish things. And I'll definitely tell you if you're out of line. It takes pretty scummy behavior to get me to bite though. Always kinder and more forgiving to others. As others have named. I suspect it was due to the way I was raised. I have high expectations for myself and try to help others be forgiving of themselves, but can't always do the same for myself. As I get older, I realize there is only so much I can do, and most times I do the best I can with what I have. That certainly helps me keep the peace within myself.